We're going to start with split squats. We're going to do 3 by 10 on each leg, and you want to start in a lunge position from the floor with a 90-degree angle in both your front knee and your back knee. You're going to switch legs, and from the floor you can see where we set up the 90-degree angle. You flip your foot over so that your toes are on the floor on the back foot, and the motion is up and down, not front and back. So as long as you're going up and down, your front knee is going to stay right over your heel. You want to avoid your knee tracking over your foot, and you also want to keep your back foot really straight so that the path going up and down feels natural. If that back foot starts to change positions, it gets really awkward. So you're going to do 3 sets of 10 on each leg. And then your next exercise is a banded bicep curl bilateral, which means we're doing both at the same time. If your band is long enough and tight enough, you can just use one foot here. You want to keep your elbows really close to the side of your body. You don't want your elbows to track forward, and you want to really squeeze at the top. If the band is longer or has less resistance, you can throw 2 feet into the band, and it looks like this. It's the same exact exercise. It just changes how much resistance is in the band. So depending on what kind of bands you're working with and how tight the bands are, how strong you're feeling, 1 foot should feel a little bit easier, but if you put 2 feet in, it's going to make the exercise a little harder because you're adding more resistance into the band. So we're going to do 3 sets of between 10 and 12 reps of this, whatever feels difficult for you. The next exercise is a low plank knee tap. You're going to do 3 sets of 30 knee taps. We are in a low plank on our elbows and forearms, your shoulders stacked over your elbows, and you're going to, with control, bring your knees down, tightening your low back and your low abs, and tap the floor with both knees at the same time. As you come back up into the plank, you want to push your feet and your legs really straight back so that you have to super squeeze through your abs to complete this exercise. The next exercise is a disc push squat. You're going to have your feet a little bit wider than hips width apart with your toes facing forward, and you're grabbing a disc as if it is a steering wheel. You're a little bit lower than 3 and 9 o'clock on the clock on the disc with your hands, so that when you go down in the squat and you push forward, you don't feel like the disc is going to tilt forward too much. This is a counterbalance, so you're going to push the disc out at the same speed as you go down in the squat. The 2 movements don't happen separately, they both happen at the same time. Your next exercise is a banded seated row. You're going to sit down and put the band around both legs or one leg, depending on how strong the band is. You want to stick your chest out, legs straight, and push your elbows back to the back of the room, or pull your elbows to the back of the room. Abs really strong, back straight, and like I said, depending on how strong your band is, you might feel it's challenging enough with 1 foot, or you can put more resistance in the band, making it more challenging if you put both feet into the band. But either way, you want your thumbs facing up and you're sending your elbows to the back wall in the room as you do this row, chest out. And then we're going to do banded shoulder presses. Depending on how strong your band is, like I said before, you can throw 1 or 2 feet in. With the band I was using, 1 foot was plenty. You're going to have your palm facing the ceiling, and you're going to push up till you have your arm fully extended and your hand over your shoulder a little bit forward than your shoulder. Both of my knees are bent. I've got my second foot set up in a B stance, which means it's just there for balance, and I'm squeezing my abs and pushing the band straight up, a little bit ahead of straight up, keeping my abs really strong and my hips neutral throughout the movement. This is the side angle of it, so you can see what it looks like with a straight back, strong abs, and with that B stance on the back foot. We're going to finish with 5 minutes of jump rope, and this routine goes through 1 exercise at a time. It's not a circuit. So let me know if you have any questions.